Alright, apologies, just doing a bit of behind-the-scenes admin on the old phone and all that. Hope you're all doing well, everyone. This is my Sunday afternoon Final Fantasy VIII stream, picking where we left off. I would have done it last night, but I was not able to do so on account of being drunk, you know. So, probably for the best I didn't do that. I had a pretty grim hangover this morning, but thankfully it's now gone. Also, yes, it will gradually get brighter as the day goes on, or as the stream goes on, and I'll probably look like I have the holy ghost coming in around my face. Just how my living room works, unfortunately. But anyway, let's pick where we left off. One thing I've done, by the way, for this particular stream is I've actually mixed, or rather adjust the audio down for the game by about half. So it should hopefully be quiet, so you should be able to hear me a bit better, and it'll probably be a bit nicer on your ears if you're a headphone user. So when we last left off, Laguna and Kyros were like, you know, this is in the past. You know, we cleared up monsters of town, like we got to meet Alone, we got to meet Raid and all that, and Laguna's still a dumbass. It must be love, 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 da-da. That bed is not big enough for Laguna anyway. It's tiny. Meanwhile, in reality, in the present day, we're in prison, it seems. So, this is where we get interesting disconnects here, because you'll know that only Kyros and Laguna were in the flashback scene that we saw. So you'd think that from, you know, going to Zell here, it was Zell as Kyros, but no, we will find out in just a moment that Zell was actually Ward. Poor Ward. A prison light praise. How funny. But you'll note, by the way, that Selphie and Quistis were awake, so was Renault for that matter, so the only other people that we know who could have been experiencing that dream were Squall as Laguna and Irvine as Kyros, which is an interesting twist. Keep that in mind for later. Quantum Leap? I don't know. Squall's dead. He's dead with a capital D. Deceased. Demised. Whatever you call it, you know. He's gone. Man got impaled with a giant ice spike. But then again, according to, like, you know, the fan theories, everything from this point onwards is just a dream anyway, so who cares? Renault with the amazingly, like, on-point observation here, actually. Nah, I'd like to imagine that the rest of them were just arrested for, like, trespassing in that gatehouse. You know, parking violation. Something really petty. Like, they got, I think they got Capone, like, on a trumped-up, like, you know, speeding charge or something. What do you, the viewer at the home, think? Will Selphie and Quistis and company escape the prison? What happens to Squall? Where's Laguna? Find out next time on Final Fantasy VIII. Sorry, that's just what came to mind when Selphie said that. Alright. Now, I need to point something out before this scene progresses, which is that there's obviously a lot of Star Wars inspiration in, you know, Final Fantasy 7 and 8, like a couple of things here and there, character names, and we'll get one much later on who's definitely a reference to a Star Wars character. But this cell here looks a hell of a lot like Leia's cell from the Death Star in A New Hope. At least the design of it, the hexagon kind of thing. It also suspiciously looks like the prison from Red Dwarf as well. I don't know why, but hey. Meanwhile, enjoy this full motion video of a prison cell being extracted like a prize in one of those crane games. I like the FMVs in this game all in all, but this just seems saucily unnecessary. Although it does give you a sense of like the scope of the prison, I suppose. Floor 7. Sunday, just after tea. By the way, the guns that those guys are holding, like, now this is the HUS, they look like MP40s, which were, of course, the classic German submachine gun used in World War II, as if you wanted any more, like, you know, references to who the Galbadians are meant to be like. So, first name Mean, last name Guy here, clearly runs the prison. Well, the thing is, Go Toy Robot, you're saying, like, why the NPCs identical. But bear in mind, Star Wars reference, they're all clones! It all makes sense! Looks like there's going to be spare ribs tonight. Courtesy of Zell, because his are broken now. I just like to imagine, by the way, like, when, you know, Rinoa says, I'm Rinoa. Like, I'd love it if Selphie just inadvertently said that because she wanted to try and protect Rinoa, and then she was just escorted out of the prison for free. The Foley for that noise, by the way, it sounds like the kicking of football. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Biggie's a big man. He got schooled in that previous fight. And now he's like, you know what? Just gonna, you know, make you my bitch. But who are these guys? Who's that Pokemon? And so naturally, of course, we've got Squall strapped to the most impractical torch device ever. So this actually starts off an interesting idea that's going on here, and I'll say this, like, the more I thought about it, the more I thought, like, that, okay, Cypher's a dipshit, basically, you know, he's a cocky little bastard, but he does have a point throughout some of these cutscenes, which is, maybe people should think for themselves a little bit here, like, you know. He has absolutely had his brain melted, you can tell he hit frequent 4chan and all that. But he is correct, like, in at least the principle of, hey, you know, maybe things aren't quite as they seem. That's a short list, I expect. Alright, I played Metal Gear Solid, so I just need to keep mashing to restore my life, right? Okay. Oh. Pulls an invisible lever. Imagine if, by the way, there was no disconnect between gameplay and story, and if you could actually junction, like, lightning magic to Squall's elemental defense here, and he just gets electrocuted, and he's like, that just tickles, come on. Classic Interrogation 101. If you won't talk, they will. You look like a wimp. Okay, so he's out cold, but we'll electrocute him anyway, because why not? So this moment here, like, has drawn a lot of nitpicky criticism because, well, just watch. I mean, I appreciate them trying to say, like, hey, you know what, we do have all this magic and such, and Zeld's, like, ribs are, like, just all mashed up inside his chest at the moment, so we might want to heal him. But this also is an explanation of, you know, why they can't simply break out with all of their Guardian forces and magic. Because apparently the Galbadians have an anti-magic field in this prison. And that raises so many questions, like, why don't they use anti-magic fields elsewhere and all that stuff? I really get, like, what Squaresoft were trying to do with this particular one, which was, hey, we need to explain away, like, why they simply can't bust out. But sometimes explaining can go too far. I feel like this is something that would have been best left, like, unsaid. But I also can't help but think, like, this is a response to, like, all the, you know, comments people made in 7 about, like, you know, hey, you remember when Aerith died? Don't you want to, like, revive her with the magic or the items you've got? And then everyone just seems to have, like, you know, amnesia or something and forget that. I'm scared of the big... Oh, whatever. What a loser. Anyway, this is a Moonbear, as Sorose points out. Nope, just made him smell like pine. Well, so much for that. It was a good effort, though. What's the secret of the hot dogs at the garden? Tell me! The secret is, as it turns out, I found this out actually, that they're not hot dogs in the Japanese version, they're actually yakisoba bread, if I recall correctly. But of course, well, yakisoba is too hard for people in like the 90s to spell if you're, you know, from the West, so they changed it to hot dogs. Sir Cypher, aka SS. Excellent. This is the point at which I wish that Cypher made a ton of gardening references. I'm going to prune your garden! Oh, God. Alright. Cypher's off to, you know, go himself a nice glass of milk. Well, you can honor with the right hashtag that Squall is totally anime Jesus. Well, you know, I died once already. No harm in dying again. Ah, Squall with the schoolyard insults, but this warden doesn't take it very well. Alright, gonna pull this invisible lever. I mean, he's basically doing this. Zoop. Nothing there, but zoop. And that's Final Fantasy VIII. That was the Let's Play of it. It was pretty fun. Oh, wait, no, actually, it continues. Okay, how do we get out of prison? Let me think. What do we do? Got any thoughts, Quistis? I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna sit down again. Jesus, Selfie! I got nothing for that. So yeah, Zell has the amazing revelation that he is a trained martial artist and he can just simply punch his way out. Plus he also doesn't merely have the first-hand knowledge, but although then again as he admits, like, all he did was mop the floors, so... Ah, dear. A snake. Jesus Christ. Could have said anything. Could have said, like, you know, they passed out due to low blood sugar, you name it, but nope. Snakes. Oofed. Alright, new party member time. Also, Mean Guy is, like, on the floor with his butt in the air. Oh, dear. Right, floor 7. Let's go find ourselves some weapons then. Oh, nothing up here. Head down the floor, methinks. Just gonna save while I'm here. Oh, I'm glad we still got, like, our paycheck even though we're in prison. I don't know how they wired that to us. But anyway, since we're in a random encounter, like, you know what? Okay, our magic's disabled. This could be quite bad. Munchy, munchy. So I should point out, Zell actually doesn't have anything junctioned right now, which is why he's, why he doesn't have any commands equipped. But you can actually junction magic and guardian forces at this point. And it will work. Hell, I'll show it off. There we go. Nope, there's a barrier there. That's annoying. So yeah, this section is a bit notorious for all the running you have to do, but thankfully we have the 3 times speed thing on here. So I'm going to turn Zell into the Flash for the moment, just so we can speed this up. Alright, Zell, I think we've got this. So yeah, the anti-magic field is an effect, but we can still, well, cast magic, which seems a bit silly. And the funny thing is, later in the game, there'll actually be a point where our commands will be disabled even if we have stuff junctioned, so I don't know why I didn't do it here. But, hey. Oh, bit awkward, there we go. Zell literally punches this guy's head off. Woo! That'll do. Yeah, this is really a copy and paste exercise in level design here. These are all literally the same screen, just repeated over and over again. But again, we have the ×3 thing, which is a very nice concession. That'll do. Alright, Ifrit's learn boost, which is very nice. I'm going to need that at some point later, so I'll get him learning something else. Yeah, I gave him elemental defense, might as well. Okay, that's pretty cute actually. I like that there's that text for who's there when they turned around. That's neat. Never say no to free stuff. Okay. So Carbuncle we're going to give a couple of different things to. We don't need GF 10. I don't even know I was learning that, to be quite honest. Star Sphinx Junction, quite nice. Definitely going to learn that. And we'll get encounter half. In fact, no, we don't even need to learn that because we have the in-game function to turn off encounters whenever we want. So in that case then, I will get him to learn Dark Side. Dark Side. Siren's almost there. So yeah, our Guardian Forces are looking like pretty healthy with what they've learned. Doing alright. Nope. Yeah. Right. I'm going to turn encounters off so I can just get back up to the top because I've clearly gone the wrong way. Also, there's like no way you can literally just vault that barrier whenever you find one on the floor, even though it seems like it'd be the easiest thing in the world to do. But then again, Zell like took a solid half hour to realise he could just literally punch his way out of this place, so I don't know. Some of our heroes are not the brightest. Here we go. Oh, got caught on the transition there. We do actually want to go back down to the bottom of the prison in a little bit. But it's good to see that the Galbadian military is so incompetent that they haven't actually put these weapons, like, somewhere safe. Or just literally thrown them out. I think I'll be taking those. This is just Zell approaching lost and, you know, lost property. Easy peasy. I don't know what the Moogle was doing to that, like, dead Galbadian soldier, but hey, I don't know. Even the Moogle's getting on it. He's having a good laugh as well. Oh, not the face! No, no, no. Huh? Laguna? What the hell? So, the Moombas know who Laguna is, but they seem to be mistaking Squall for Laguna. Interesting. Ooh, God. Special delivery. And now for something amazing, which is this. It's like they're doing a Sentai routine. I don't get it. And even the Moomba gets in on it. Okay, so time to sort out some junctions because, of course, everything still swaps around everywhere. So I'm going to give Renoa's stuff to Selfie, and I'm going to give Irvine's to Justice. So again, just a bit of dry menuing here, but this is just to make sure everything's set up properly. Yeah, it looks like Zell and Quistis actually between them have approached all the Guardian forces set up, so... Right, let's see, we can take Ketzel off, don't need that. And let's see... In fact, actually, I'm going to take... Diablos has the Mug ability, but I'm going to take that off at Zell for a very specific reason. He doesn't need magic power, he's going to be our heavy hitter for the moment. So that means we give him the strength 20, and now he's got over 100 strength, which is a bit ridiculous. So for Selfie, she can have Diablos and Ketzel. And that's fine, because we're going to get her to do something very specific in a coming fight. For the moment, she can have that. Yep, that's good. And let's see. Something to give her that's decent for magic power. There we go. So Selfie now has Diablos equipped, and she's going to have the Mug command. Because one of the boss fights we're going to be having in just a moment actually has some very nice items that we definitely want to steal. It'll be fine. We don't need a massive amount of hit points right now. Let's just get some magic sorted here. Because we're going to turn all these now into the max level equivalents. Or the mid-level equivalents, for I mean to say. Yeah, I'll do. Excellent. Now, since Zell's going to be our punch dude, he's not going to need, like, you know, some magic spells here. So I'm going to give these to Selfie instead, because she can make use of that. Yeah, have that. Oh, yep. Do-do-do-do. Yep. We go there. And one other thing I want to make sure we have here before we get into this next fight is a specific spell which Quistis has, that's good. Alright, we're looking pretty rosy, so let's just get everyone healed up. Alright, that'll do. So it's Biggs and Wedge again. Remember these two? So Doggy, and the one's just like, nope, I'm out. Alright. I've just realised I may potentially have not given Quistis the actual command ability she needs, but we'll find out in just a moment. I'm hoping I have done, because there's something I want to show off. Okay, good. So, certain enemies are indeed weak to to status effects, and I'm going to try and get them to stick to these guys. Meanwhile, Selfie doesn't have anything junction to her strength stat, so she can quite easily start mugging them without really doing any damage. Just not having much luck at the moment. This fight is not really dangerous at all, to be quite honest. So we can freely just start stocking up magic from them and also trying to get this thing to stick. There we go. I should probably just get Selfie to keep mugging for the moment. There we go. Damn it, Zell, you're terrible at this. Okay, now I want to try and put Confuse on these guys. Ah, there we go. I unfortunately keep dispelling it back because I'm not properly planning my moves out ahead of time. But now that we've got this done, let's have some fun with them. So yeah, if you didn't realise, if you confuse these two, they actually have unique lines of dialogue for when they hit each other, which is pretty great. Zell is just terrible at drawing right now, honestly. But this is as good a time as any to get, like, decent magic from these two. Nah, Zell's no good at this. Alright, that'll do for now. Let's just start killing him. Poor Wedge. He just really wasn't having a good time, was he? Yay! Alrighty. So we got some nice items from them that I'll show off in just a moment once I find some low-level cure magic we can use. In fact, just use cures. They're here. Why not? There we go. Right. So the Regent Ring gives you HP plus 20, and the Strength Love gives you Strength plus 20, but you can refine these into other items as well, I believe, so we'll be doing that at some point. Anyway, for the moment, let's crack on. Yeah, they're both out cold. But once again, Biggs gets up and decides to be a prick. Ah, the anti-magic field that we used just a second ago. Well, anyway, I'm going to put no encounters on because now that this has happened, all of the rooms on the various floors are now open as well. So, you'd think we'd want to go up, but there's actually some nice items on various floors below here. Not every floor has something to look at, by the way. Nope, never mind. There we go. Who's this dude? You know, let's play some cards while we're here. I mean, we're meant to be like breaking out of prison, but, well, why not? Taking out a loyal card. The more of them, the better, because we will be needing them later. So yeah, you can get irons from this guy. There are some very rare items you can get from him, but unfortunately they are so rare that you will spend hundreds, if not thousands, of gil trying to get them, and it just takes time. So, no thanks. What's this though? A cardboard box. We could use that to escape, perhaps. Metal Gear Solid style. Nope, nothing in this one. Another box. Ooh. So many boxes. Strength up, bonus one time to strength, I believe, so I'll get that to Squall later, but for the moment, let's just keep on looking for all these things. Save point, always handy. Don't need that right now, though. So the Combat Key magazines tell you, they tell you what Zell's limit breaks like, they give you extra commands for them. I'll be reading it out in just a little bit. Well, let's go all the way back up. I've got to say this remaster is really, really nice in giving both no encounters and 3 times running speed just to try and speed things up a little bit. We're going to check out all the rooms as we ascend as well, because there's some other good stuff that we can get from them. At least this one doesn't have the barricade. Who's this dude? So yeah, you can buy items from this dude here, which is nice. take a couple of high potions, why not? It really should go a toy robot. It really should have the Benny Hill theme just play automatically. It wouldn't surprise me if someone's actually bodied that in, come to think of it. Draw point. Already full upon it. That's what I get for grinding that out off screen. Nope, that one doesn't open. Right, never mind. Still one specific chap we need to speak to while we're here. You look awfully familiar. So yeah, we have a battle meter, which is the thing I've not really shown off, but you can also upgrade that with what this guy will give us. So I'll show that off in just a second, but for the moment, let's get to work. Not that matters. So let's see if I can find where that thing is. Here you go. So this is the battle report. It shows you like how far you've walked, how many battles you've like fought, won, escaped, etc. How many enemies each character has killed, how many times they've been KO'd. So Renault's currently killed no one. She's been useless. If you don't get the battle meter or the character report at the various points they appear, which I think is the first time you meet Sid and then meet this guy here, you will never get the chance to get them again. It's cute info. Draw point. We're not going to use Fundega again for the rest of this disc, at least until we get to disc 3, but it's nice that that's provided. So this guy has some cards we actually haven't got yet, which is quite nice. Let's see. Go. No, let's not do that. Let's take... Take this one, because I'd refined that previously. So yeah, just another potion. He will similarly give you rare items potentially, but the odds of getting those are very slim. Nope, looks like the Moombas are on the run. Better catch up soon. Nope, that's the locked side, there's nothing there. Nope. Transition there. Yep, just put it in my, like, you know, spatially transcendental pocket. So you can actually have the Moombas remove various barricades, which is quite nice. Unfortunately, I can only do, like, the one of them, so that's that. Yeah, Selphie seems to not understand how gravity works. So Ward, like, was able to move prisoners around even though he's a janitor. Wow, Zell got double tagged. I mean, I'll be fair, like, you know, he literally knows how to operate it from Ward's memories, so... You know. But this is actually a consistent thing throughout the game in that Zell is actually pretty technically competent. And we'll see that in an optional bit of content much, much later. Okay, let's see. Whoops. Okay, looks like Zell's getting turned into Swiss cheese here. I should probably go and help him. So this guy running after you, if you go, like, if you book it immediately, you can outrun him. I just didn't quite make it here. It is actually completely possible to get all the way around without getting caught by him. I'll give him credit for doing it, though. Even though he also seems to have budded like an amoeba. Ah, it's the Warden again. The Swall comes in with the swag move. I don't know how that works though, considering that Swall and the others were below Zell before, but he seems to come in from above, but never mind. So you just gotta bonk him on the noggin. Oh boy. Come on, Swall, you've got a gunblade. Shoot back at him. But yep, Irvine's turned up. Just like any good cowboy, riding it in the last second. Ooh! And that's it, Irvine's crippled now. He can't walk anymore. Well done, Renault. Oh, God. The only way that scene would have been funnier is if she had just literally stepped over Irvine's, like, you know, twitching body. Oh, I guess he's not crippled after all. Poor Irvine, like, dude was literally a free man. Like, they took sympathy on him because he was a Galbadian student, and now he's, like, coming to help them, like, made himself basically into a terrorist, and Rinoa's just dunking on him. Alright, so annoyingly we do have to have Rinoa here with us. We can't switch her out, which sucks. So for this particular one, we're going to take Zell with us because he's a touch under-leveled. But we will be wanting his help with this. In fact, no, actually I'm going to take Quistis because screw it. Alright, before we go any further, need to start some junctions. So let's switch some stuff around. There we go. Squall's now got more strength, so that's nice. Right, got to switch some stuff around here. So, read here, got Ifrit, Carbon, cool, yep. Yeah, Quistis doesn't need anything junctions to strength, to be quite honest. It's just not necessary. She'd be one of our magic users again, so yeah, move fine, magic. Plus 40, give her that. Good there. Rinoa, let's see. Ability for her, Mug, just need that. The next boss we're going to be fighting, like, when you mug a boss, or an enemy in general, they have two loot tables. They have the loot they can drop when you kill them normally, and the loot that they can give you when you mug them. If you mug them, they don't give you the item that they would have dropped when they died. And the item we want from the next boss is actually better than the one you can steal, as it turns out. So we're just gonna, you know, leave that there. Anyway, I'm gonna swap some GFs around as well, actually. Yep, that's good for... Let's see what we got here. Around, yep. Okay, I think we should be good for the moment. Just check everyone's abilities set properly. Yeah, screw it, that'll do. I could spend hours going through this stuff, but we're not bothered with that. Let's turn in... oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's turn random encounters back on again. Yeah, you can spend a long time micromanaging the nonsense of this particular system. Eventually, I'll get to a point where I have a stable set of magic for all of the characters, and I'll just be swapping them back and forth, basically. So yeah, that was me giving Squall a ridiculous amount of bonus strength, and on top of that, these are of course robots, so they're weak to thunder, so that's why I've junctioned the thunder magic to him. Works a treat. Oh, so you've got to do this nonsense again now. I'm not going to bother doing random encounters for this one, to hell with that. Because that means switching stuff away. So in this case, you've actually got to go, as I understand it, all the way down to the bottom. Yeah, there's a reason this part's not particularly fun, because you're just wandering around, like... It isn't necessarily exactly clear on where you're meant to go at any given time. And hey, there we go. So you can talk to the Moon Bazaar and they'll give you items, which is very nice. Right, time to save because we do have a boss fight coming up. But we've got a boss fight. So this boss fight is normally a chump if you've like given your characters tons of powerful magic, but it can be a bit of a cow otherwise, and I'll explain as we go. For the moment though, we need to get rid of this dude. So the reason we want to do that is because these guys, like, he will buff them with various magic, and it's quite dangerous. Micro missiles, by the way. Oh boy. So you can see Protect there doing a substantial amount of damage reduction. But the thing about micro missiles is it deals 50% of your current hit points in damage. And that's why I kind of think to myself that sometimes that when they were designing this game, they kind of half accounted for the fact that you could have a ton of like hit points at this point, like over 3,000. Because some of the bosses that we're going to be fighting, including this one, have like abilities that deal damage based on current hit points. So even if you've got like 3,000 HP, like you'll still of course lose half of it here. But, well, they weren't so bad after all. You definitely do want to take out the guy in the middle first, because he can cast Aura on them, which will double their attack damage. Some screws. Ah, it didn't drop the item I expected. You can actually get a missile from them, which allows you to teach Quistis micro missiles the same ability. Just left him behind, why not? Well, you know, we might as well be on our way. Oh. Barely even made it. It's the frowning robot. Oh no. Easy peasy. Okay, let's get going then. I mean, you know, we're home free now. This is fine. This is fine. We know we're in the middle of it. Oh, we're in the middle of the desert. Well, isn't that a, you know, isn't that a bummer? So yeah, like, you know, the Galbadian prison is essentially 3 drills tied together on top in the middle of the desert, which is possibly the second stupidest prison design I've seen since the one from Face Off. And inexplicably, Squall, like, trips. Maybe he was tying his shoelaces, but he just falls behind it, and oh, this happens. Whoops. Oh dear. Alright, well, you know what? Like, Squall's had a really, really long day. So I'm just going to move him over very slightly. I'm going to put my controller down, just let him rest. It's fine. I mean, he got electrocuted, you know? He's been thrown around by Cypher, now he's dangling from here. It's a bit rubbish, if I'm honest. You know? Just can't be bothered. Ugh. Oh, well. Whatever. You know, too lazy to play the game, I guess. But hey, look, he's fine. Wouldn't you have thought? So, it turns out in that little, like, sequence there, I believe that you can get away with simply not moving at all, and you will still survive, or moving a very slight bit to the right. You can move to the left. If you move to the left, then that will give you a game over. But otherwise, you literally need to move, like, an inch, and you're fine. God damn it. Nah, they're not going to be launching missiles at the garden. This is no way. There's no way. Yep, Squall stock. 6 arrows. 6 chocolate bars. Oh, good old Zell. Old reliable. I don't understand, like, how this works. Like, they treat the gardens, like, as high schools, and there's just, like, transfer students and stuff like that, but it just seems a bit strange. Oh, god damn it, Renoa. So yeah, against Squall's will, he's now being forced to make decisions from a people. Like, you know, the perennial loner that he is, you know, unfortunately circumstances demand that he now takes charge. But yeah, the missiles have already gone for Trabia. Oh dear. Selfie, this isn't battleships, you know. Oh. Okay, so this is the party that we're going to be taking to the garden. And I thought long and hard over this. I'm going to obviously take Renault with me, because you actually get extra dialogue with her that's completely missable if you otherwise send her to the missile base. And as regards to who else is going to be coming with me to the garden, it's going to be Zell. It was either going to be him or Quistis, but I've decided that I'm going to take Zell because there's some stuff that he can help with and while we're at the garden as well. So, yeah, makes sense. Quistis was my second choice because you'd think, you know, like she's a performing instructor. She knows like how things work. It'd be good to have her along, but having her on the missile base team also makes sense because she's like smart. You know, I mean, between Selphie and Irvine, they don't have a brain cell to spare, so makes sense to me. So yep, it's Irvine, Quistis, and Selphie going to the missile base. You're a cruel person, Go-Go Toy Robot, but I also can't deny your logic. I love that they drifted that car there. Also, inexplicably seems to have arrived in Kansas as lit up like, you know, like it's radioactive. Yoink. Some dot. Like, give this guy credit. He is trying. He is trying. He's really going for it. Give him some credit. This... Oh, never mind. A for effort, though. Later, sports. Alright, so... I'm not going to go to the missile base during this stream, but I am going to go instead somewhere else. Also, yes, Selphie now has her own little world map icon there, which is nice. So, no, we're not going to go to the missile base. Instead, we're going to go to Dealing City. Why are we Dealing City? Well, there's a reason for that. Also, not a single, like, member of the Galbadian army recognises, like, any of them. Like, their photos should be everywhere, like, wanted posters, you name it. Yeah, that's not the one we want. But yeah, there is a very specific reason that we're here. Just gotta remember how to get there, annoyingly enough. But yeah, note how, the way how there's much more like military presence out here, which is quite neat. I'm glad that at least is reflected. But yeah, we're gonna go visit General Caraway. In fact, before we even say anything to Spatula, I should probably save. So Eshtar, the place that we saw in Laguna's flashbacks, were ruled by a sorceress. But it looks like Galbadia is suffering the same fate, it seems. Right, so here's what we need to do. Caraway has his daughter's card. I don't know how that works. Like, if I, for example, play Triple Triad in real life, would I be able to make cards of my family? Apparently I can. But whatever. But he wants our Ifrit card. So, well, he asked, and I suppose we should give it to him. So now it's time to play like I'm drunk, basically, and just deliberately lose the game. Oh. That works, I guess. Alright, let's try that again. So that's the same rule, which can also then cause a combo. So if you, like, match the numbers up, then it will cause them to flip. So that's nice, I guess. Bit daft of me to do that, though. But anyway. Alright, bye-bye Ifrit card. Never mind. Alright, so this is the point where we should now get to play the Renoa card, and that means we can go all in. Oh, he hasn't played it! Caraway, you liar! I'll not stand for this. But yeah, it's one of those things, unfortunately, again, where they won't necessarily play, like, they won't necessarily play the card every time. So we might be here for a little bit. There we go. So the Renoa card, as you can tell, is really, really good on the left and right, but top and bottom is terrible. He's actually got a fairly decent hand here, as it turns out. I don't have anything that I can play that's truly safe. But I suppose we might as well get the ball rolling. So he'll play the Hexadragon one on the bottom middle. Makes sense. Yeah. Thought that might be the case. Alright. There we go. Yoink. Belongs to us now. So, inexplicably, somehow time has just collapsed in on itself and Caraway literally lost the card I gave to him no more than 5 minutes ago. So, well, fair enough then. Martin, the Garden Headmaster, has, like, beating Garden Headmaster has got it. Fucking hell. So, okay, I don't know how that happened, but we'll have to go get it back at some point. Ah, well. Anyway, let's go pick our car up and be on our way out of town. Actually, before we go, I just realised there's something else I could show off while I'm here. So, okay, we've learned an ability through Carbuncle called, it basically allows you to find medicine from medicine. So let's say I buy, I don't know, 16 tens. We've got 20 now. If I go to here, and go to the Recovery Medicine Refine, so we can refine these into Mega Potions. Now, Mega Potions are actually really nice in themselves because they give you 1,000 hit points to every character, which is really, really useful in a pinch, especially if you don't have double or triple up for using healing magic. But if we go back into here to sell them, we could sell them for more money than it cost us to buy the tents. Because I bought 16 tents, you recall, which was 16,000, but I'm selling them for 25,000. So yeah, you can eventually, through a bit of work, basically give yourself infinite money, which is kind of nuts. I'm not going to show it off here now because it's going to take forever, but otherwise, yeah, you can basically break the game that way. Money at this point becomes a non-issue. It hasn't really been an issue for a while either, so yeah, but that's still something worth noting regardless. Alright, and on that note, I'm going to save and I'm going to call it a day for this stream. So thank you very much to everyone who's joined. I hope you had fun watching us do our prison break. I'll be back next time to do the missile base in its entirety, and then I'll probably in the same stream also do what happens with the garden. Oh, that's also a neat little idle animation there for selfie as well, so that's nice. But anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed it. Have a great Sunday, and I'll see you all soon. In a bit.